In a town called Rhinebeck, home to only a few hundred people and far from anywhere else, people lived happy lives, working only on the town's one main export. The only reminder of the outside world was the railroad that passed through to pick up the fresh olive oil. Day after day, trains came and went, but the people of the town remained. Around the corner from the main street, Rose has lived with her grandmother Eleonora since the day she was born. The past few years she has had to take care of her grandmother due to illness. A week ago, Rose's life was disrupted when her grandmother passed away, forcing her to be alone for the first time in her 24 years of life. After having some time to process the new situation, Rose now has to clean out the house she has lived in her entire life. Across town by the railroad, Jacob, the town's train station manager, lives with his two daughters Cleo and Juno years after his wife passed away. Cleo always disliked the trains, the aggravated noise they caused and the way they reminded her of life beyond the town. Juno loved the trains, the enchanting noise, and she always wondered what it would be like to ride one into the great unknown. She wanted to see skyscrapers and cities with people in every direction she looked. After graduating from the only school in town, surrounded by the same small class, she dreamed of going away. The older she got, the more she realized it did not just have to be a dream. She felt drawn to a particular city surrounded by a beautiful forest and applied to its university. She is waiting for the response.
What is this box behind the door? How did I not see this before? Right there, but still out of view. And there's a card that reads for you.
What is this letter that just arrived? At the most unexpected time. She grew up, oh how the time flew. I don't know how I'll get through.
Staring at the door, I cannot wait. For this letter determines my fate. Will I be leaving my home? Or to my dreams I have to say no?
My dearest Rose, I prepared this long before I would forget. I hope you remember the stories I used to read to you. But what you do not know is that they were true. And it is your turn to discover it for yourself. And of course, I would not send you without help. When I was a girl, I found this violin in the forest. I went out into the world and heard its chorus. The energy of the forest will teach you too. And certainly, I left something for you. What is this letter that just arrived? In the most unexpected place. Yes, I'd hoped for a sign of grace, but who knew she would give me an adventure? In it you will find music I used to play. Practice until you are able to hear me. And I wrote something down. It is through music that I will convey what I am no longer able to say. But I promise the music will sound the same, and it will fill the earth around you with sound. You did all of it for me, knowing that my eyes would weep for you. A letter with the fairy tale come true. And on it she wrote for you.
She's moving on, the time is here. This has always been my biggest fear. I thought I would have her forever, but on her way I have to send her. Dear Juno, we are pleased to offer you admission to Cypher University. Your thoughtful application and remarkable accomplishments convince us that you will be an asset to our prestigious institution. She's on her way. I must be brave. Honey, there's a letter for you.
I'm on my way. I will finally ride that train off into the great unknown, but alone away from home.
You gave me new hope, knowing that my eyes would weep for you. A letter with a fairy tale come true, and she wrote for you.
I thought you'd stay and I wanted you, and I thought that you would too. You asked me why and I couldn't lie, just thought you'd want us to. But hey, 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 what do you want to say to me? Say to stay, stay, hey, what do you want to say to me?
I am my mother's child. I love you till the morning comes. I'll never be enough. So won't you please just stay? I need you to just stay. I was your house and you were my one-way street. Places that touched and places that couldn't beat. You thought you knew me, how could I say I couldn't breathe? You thought you knew me, how could I say I couldn't breathe? I am my mother's child. I love you till the morning comes. You say her name and it doesn't even hurt. Doesn't even hurt. Stay, stay. Hey, what do you want to say to me? Say to me. Look, it's confusing. I am not sure how to feel, but seeing you have the letter, it feels so unreal. When were you gonna tell me? Was I even meant to see? Or would you just make off with only a bag of dreams? I was planning on telling you later, you're such a manipulator. Sorry that you're older, and yet I'm the one that's bolder. I have dreams to plan and planes to catch and planes to miss and plans to hatch, and I feel so suffocated. Really, Juno, are we even related? Look, we can fix it. Just RSVP, no. You know it's not a tea party. That isn't how this goes. You're being selfish and you don't know what's best. You've never even chased a dream before. And you've never cleaned up someone else's mess. You say go, chase your dreams, but my dreams don't run. You say you have to leave, as if your life hasn't begun just this once. Can't you give something up? Why am I not enough? Enough. You want more, always more, simply never satisfied. Not with me, not with home, not with your perfect little life. You're so naive. How can you believe things will be better if you leave? So leave. And I swear that I won't miss you. I have the courage you say I lack. And who knows if I'll still be here if you come crawling back. When you come crawling back. You're the hero of the story, and I just get in your way. Is that why you didn't tell me you started packing yesterday? It is fine, this is your world, it's not mine. And our paths just don't align, don't align. You are brave, you are bold, and you always will be. But you aren't really selfless, that job falls to me. But in the end, I'm your sister, I'm your friend, and I know how to pretend, to pretend. So I swear that I won't miss you, and I won't insist you stay. Though you've left me on my own, I know you have a trail to blaze. I know you have a trail to blaze. You say there's a whole world, well there's one right here. But you see promise and potential when you look in the mirror. It's okay, there's no chance that you'll stay. You're going your own way, your own way. Now my world's turned on its side because you're skipping town. And the fire burns less brightly, and the sky is falling down. I wish you well, but I can already tell. Home without you feels like hell, like hell. But I swear that I won't miss you. I give my word I'll let you go. Cross my heart and hope to die. I will leave you alone. But can you make me one promise? Now that your bags are packed, if you're going to leave me, please don't look back.
Another heartbreak and a disappointment. Once again, I'm letting them down. Well, it's abundantly clear I'm all they never wanted. I think I know where to go, just not how. I haven't felt this way since I was a kid, and magic died the day Mom did. I mean, they must have known what I would do with this letter. Could a change in fate be a change for the better? Though there's a feeling I'm on my own, I've never felt less alone. I'm wandering the whole wide, wondrous unknown, and wherever I'm going, that'll be home. Better yet, better I know where I'm going before my hands spin off their clocks. They say I can hold the whole world in the palm of my hands, but it weighs heavier than a fistful of rocks. Better yet, better I know what I'm chasing. The horizon's only when the sun shines. Think of something, anything, to explain why I am this. If the illusion's not real, at least I tried. Morning star in the afternoon, I might get burned, I might get bruised.
Once again, I don't know where it'll take me, but I can't help wondering, is this what'll make me finally feel like I'm on my own? I've never felt this free alone. I'm wandering the whole wide, wondrous unknown, and wherever I'm going, that'll be home. Wherever I'm going, that'll be home.
Am I ready for this? To be on my own? Is this an impulsive decision to go? I'm not even in a good headspace yet. But she wanted me to go. She made all of this effort to lay out plans. If I don't go, I'll always have regrets. And what is this violin? What did she want me to do with it? Clearly I can't play. Oh. But she has something to say. It's clear. And what is this song? Home? I don't even know what that means. I didn't even know she wrote music. What if I don't find out anything about her? What if I'm misunderstanding what she wants me to do? What if this is all for nothing? What if everything she says is true? What if I found out about her, everything I wasn't able to? And if her spirit is telling me to chase down a memory, how can I not see that through?
What is that music?
Oh, hello there.
Hello,
Who are you?
I am Arno.
Oh, hi Arno. I meant more, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just live around here. I'm going for a stroll.
Where are you off to?
Oh, I don't know. Who's asking?
So you have nowhere to go?
Oh, I believe that having somewhere to go is simply a notion of the young.
Well, I'm Rose. It's nice to meet you.
What's got you down, Rose?
Oh, you see, my grandmother passed away recently, and she told me to come here, but I'm not sure what to do.
What do you mean you're not sure what to do? She told you to come here, and that's just what you did.
But shouldn't there be more to this?
Always overcomplicating everything, it seems.
Well, I don't think I'm overcomplicating it. I'm just thinking that there should be more that I should be doing. And it's hard to think clearly when you're missing somebody so much.
You know, I don't let things like sadness enter my world. Have you tried perhaps turning your sadness into something else, something more useful? Spending time in this wonderful forest might clear your head.
But what am I supposed to do here? My entire world just collapsed and now I'm supposed to be spontaneous and adventurous? I grew up in a small town. Seeking comfort is second nature to me.
I seek comfort by not worrying about what's going to happen to me now or what's going to happen later. I take everything that comes my way and run with it. I embrace the uncertainty of the future, and trust me, it works. I haven't felt angry, stressed, sad, or scared for as long as I can remember. Although I don't really partake in archaic things such as jobs, relationships, responsibilities, really. I just like to roam my forest and have fun.
While I can definitely appreciate that interesting lifestyle, I can't be expected to adopt it.
Oh, of course not. But you can while you're here. So life's getting tough and you had enough. Can't move forward. Come cry to me, child, seems it's been a while since you've put on a smile. I've been here a long time, can fit all my advice into a perfect lullaby, but I won't do that for you. I spend all of my days walking through the forest, living each day to the fullest. No worries about what's in front or behind.
I just lost my grandmother. I have no direction, no plans, no money. Are you paying attention?
It doesn't matter what goes on, it goes on.
I have no clue how to find her. And gosh, when I go home, what I'm gonna do after.
It doesn't matter what you do, you just do. Take everything that comes your way, don't let your worries stay, 'cause nothing really matters. Ahem. Silence! No, students, I was just doing a thing called messing with you. Welcome, thinkers of the future. Well, of today, I guess you're already thinkers. Undeveloped. Regardless, over the course of this semester, we'll be covering a range of historical figures and what they had to say. But remember, there is value for thinking for yourself before learning about what other philosophers have to say. My name is Professor Arnold Nash, but you can call me Arno. Welcome to Methods of Wisdom 101. My job is to assist you through your inevitable journey to perpetual confusion. All right. Now, be honest with me for a moment. How many of you have brought with you a active agenda, schedule, or even a planner? Okay, I see a good amount of people. Stand up. Okay, almost everyone. Good for you. Take a seat. On the flip side, what about our academics who just rolled out of bed still in a haze of lethargy? The people who came to school without a pencil? And that kid in the back who just tried to sneak in thinking I wouldn't notice? You know, our disorganized students. Please stand for me. All right, everybody, please look at this group and give them a big round of applause. Marvelous. Wonderful. All right, everybody, settle down. To the planners out there, the people that are standing are the ones you have to watch out for. I know it doesn't seem like it, but they are truly a gift to the world. In another lifetime, I could relate with our dear disorganized students. I would wander around without a single plan in my head, but still with such purpose. Now I'm detained within this classroom, trapped within the confines of routine and doomed to teach at specific times within the ticking clockwork of academia. Although I choose to teach philosophy, it allows me to continue disputing nonsense while still being considered an academic, which is a bonus. Anyway, today I want to talk about a guy named Alan Watts, one of my favorite guys to study. He once said, "No one is more dangerously insane than one who is sane all the time. He is like a steel bridge without flexibility, and the order of his life is rigid and brittle." Now, going back to the beginning of time, let's talk about philosophers and their taking notes in my class for an hour on a topic that you'll never understand or even look back on. I want to end you off again with a quote by Watts. The only way to make sense of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Uncertainty must be embraced. Any questions? Yes, you.
Thank you for your insight, but how are we expected to just go along with all the bad things that happen in the world? Oh, I'm Juno, by the way.
That's not exactly what I said.
I said in the lecture that we should just let everything go.
Gosh, if everyone took everything a philosopher has ever said seriously, then what trouble we would all be in. I see we have another hand. Yep.
Hello, I'm Penny. Shouldn't we then do what's best for us in the moment?
Well, I suppose so.
And everything will just work out in the end.
Be careful with that. Embracing bad, unchangeable situations doesn't mean we should stand idly by and allow preventable ones to happen. I was letting everything go once, and I didn't bother to stop and care about the threats to my community. Now look at me. Aha! Interrupted! Like a sheep is herded by its shepherd, so too are you by Father's time, and his relentless ways of structure and conformity. Fare thee well, I shall see you on Friday.
Oh, you're Juno, right?
Yes, how are you, Penny? I don't know where we found the bravery to speak up on our first day.
I was wondering if you wanted to come to this town hall meeting with me tonight. I'm about to inherit my father's business, and I'm making a presentation about new plans for the city.
Oh, I think I heard about that. Doesn't the plan involve cutting down the ravine path on the north side of campus and removing the outer woods?
Well, yeah, it's a great investment opportunity for the city. It will allow more people to move here.
I think that the few natural elements are what makes this city so special. And not to mention, a lot of us seem to really care about the planet.
But what about the planet? I thought we were talking about the city.
But it's all connected, and we are responsible for the land that we are on.
But this could be so good for the city, and in terms of the planet, everything will just work out in the end.
Have you been listening to, I don't know, anything scientific recently? I think we have to make our actions better, not make them worse.
It snowed in April here last year. I don't really see how the globe is warming. Besides, it's out of our hands. It's worse to fight climate change than it is to ruin our lives trying to stop it.
Okay then. I do need to run to class. I would love to talk about this again sometime. I don't think I'll be able to make your meeting tonight, and maybe you should reconsider that as well.
I hear someone running. Hello? Hello? Come out. I would never hurt a soul. Really, it's okay. Please, show your face.
I'm sorry, but it's difficult for me to trust anyone these days. People are after me and my family. There's talk of the whole forest being destroyed. But you, what are you holding? For it caught my eye. It brought me back to a time when it played such music that made my poor spirits climb, but was never as beautiful as the young woman playing.
Wait, did you know Eleonora? She used to tell me stories about this place. And what's your name?
My name is Afra. And no, I never knew of an Eleonora. Wait, yes, Eleonora was her full name, but everyone called her Nor. Do you know her? Is she back? She hasn't been here in years.
Yes, I remember an Afra from the stories. Well, I'm Rose, her granddaughter. From the moment I was born, she brought me up alone, and the minute I was able to look after myself, well, she wouldn't have remembered the forest. She died last month, and I had to say goodbye to our home.
I'm sorry, Rose, but your grandmother, she was everything but timid and shy, and you're, well, sorry, I don't mean to imply, but she was just so full of life.
Really? She was always so stressed taking care of me. She never told me that side of her.
Well, Rose, no one should have to tell you who they are if you're paying close enough attention. You know, she wasn't making up any of the stories about her adventures here.
Really? Let me remember. So she really followed those butterflies all across the forest and climbed the tallest tree?
All of that is true, and more. But she wasn't always like that. The first time I met her, she had the same lost look on her face. She was dressed for indoors, never been in the wild before. She said she felt connected to the land and decided to explore. There's an abandoned cabin down by where she lived for 7 years. Then she went home and didn't come back until she brought her baby girl. Her smile changed, and in her baby's eyes, she saw the world.
That's that's my mother. She came here too?
Yes, every summer until she was pregnant. With you.
I never got to meet her.
Well, Rose, all I ever saw between the two of them was pure happiness, and I am sure that that is the only thing they would want you to feel.
Honey, that's that's what Arno told me. Other than telling me to let everything go, he wasn't all that helpful.
Oh, with the real stuff, he never helps, except to give you a smile. But you know, Rose, with each day comes a new journey, and sometimes you have to let go of the bad things of the past to enjoy the good things of the present.
I have been walking this forest for days now, and I still do not understand the point. For the past few years, my whole identity was taking care of my grandmother. I thought that was preventing me from figuring out who I am, but now that she's gone, I feel even more aimless. I'm just waiting for my purpose to find me.
Rose, the world is a beautiful place, and people will help you along the way, but you are in the driver's seat. The roads are paved and there are warning signs to keep you on your course, but ultimately, you have to decide what turns to take and when to turn back to try something new. You have to take control.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Come along, I will show you.
I'm here to shine the light for you, to find a home within you, through grace, gently. Be on the move, taking everything, the littlest of little things on your journey. Never will you triumph, never will you gleam if you draw inside the lines. Trust the ground beneath you, it'll get you where you need to, but not the moment of finality. That'll be when you applaud yourself for getting there, for overcoming all despairs. You cannot just wait and leave it up to fate. Trust that voice inside, maybe it will guide the strokes of the picture. First, it's just the outline. Don't fear, you have your whole life to fill in the colors. Run through the wonders all around, taking every moment, every sound. Don't let your smile ever ruin and play your music.
But I do not know where to begin.
What do you mean, Rose?
You told me all of these amazing things, but I don't know how to fill in the picture. I don't know how to discover her. She told me to come here to this random forest in the middle of nowhere. She gave me nothing but a riddle and some music. And I'm supposed to figure the rest out. She didn't even tell me what all of this was about.
Oh, Rose, Nora would never come here with a plan or purpose. She let the forest guide her way. She let the forest tell her about herself, what she was not letting herself know. And that is what she wants for you. Her spirit is here and moving through everything, and most importantly, moving through you. She wanted you to have the same connection to nature that she did. Walk the same paths, crawl under the same trees. Off you go, Rose, and remember that it is up to you to paint the picture.
What
did I get myself into? I'm so far away, lost and alone. I know this area is important to my family, but it just all feels different now. Maybe I should take a walk on the ravine path on the North Campus. Everyone's always talking about it, other than the tall tree in the middle of campus. It's the only nature left around here.
Hello there.
Whoa, did a complete stranger actually just acknowledge my existence in public? Hi, I'm Juno. Who are you?
I'm Afra. How are you enjoying this path?
It is quite beautiful and peaceful, and no one seems to be around.
It's my favorite part of the city. I walk this path several times a day, mostly to remember what I once knew. And there is something about you, Juno, that just feels so familiar.
I definitely haven't been here or met you before.
Would you like to tell me why you are unhappy?
I am happy, I'm just confused. You see, I miss my family. I always wanted to leave Rhinebeck, and now that I'm here in the city, I just don't know what to do.
Well, as I tell everyone I come across, you don't need a plan or purpose to find yourself or a place in this world. Just be on the move and take in everything, the littlest of little things. Ultimately, you have to paint your own picture and trust your inner voice to do that.
Letters my mother left for me and my sisters said the same thing.
Really? And what was your mother's name?
I'm gonna be late for class, but thank you so much for the chat, Afra.
After another few days' journey, Rose arrives at the cabin where her grandmother used to stay. It's a log cabin, completely overgrown and distinctly surrounded by wild roses. Rose realizes where she got her name.
I'm moving too fast. I was a walking ghost the first few days before I found the box, and now I'm here in a whole new world. It's been a while since I cried, since I sat down and felt everything. And I don't want to, because that means I'm accepting that it's true, that our relationship is over, that at some point I have to gain the courage to leave this forest and go home to a place where she no longer is. I'm out in this new place, but I've never felt more like me. I thought I knew her, now she's here as a whisper, 'cause her story was not complete. Now I get to go back in time. With this gift I have received, you learn the most about something when it's gone. All of these memories lost are memories found.
Life down by the railroad, trains passing by night, keeping me up, interrupting my phone calls. Had to put the TV on high, but now that I'm away from home, without the noise I can't close my eyes. You learn the most about something when it's gone. All of these memories lost are memories found. memory, so that something can be here when it's gone someday. Memories found, memories lost. When you go to the store, you pay for something, but with grief it's losing it that costs. Did I do all this to hurt them, just so that our spirit paths could cross? You learn the most about something when it's gone. All of these memories lost are memories found. How are you supposed to live in the moment, thinking everything could be snatched away, memorizing each face of each memory, so that something can be here when it's on your way? And everything that came before me, it's all part of your story. If you have the curiosity for it to be found, you learn the most about something when it's gone. All of these memories lost are memories found.
The meeting was successful. People seemed to be on my team. The city could be amazing if we just stopped worrying about preserving the natural elements. There is nature everywhere else. But still, is there something I'm missing? It's coming over me like a flame, a dark intensity I could never tame. Go away, I say. This is not the game I want to play, not today. But I find a way to place the blame not on me, because I cannot be free from society and family constantly influencing me and rewarding cruelty and taking my humanity. My humanity. Why do I do what I know isn't right? Why isn't my humanity winning the fight against my selfish nature to take everything in sight? But each morning turns to night. Unchanged I go on. Why do If only we could profit off the sun, but thankfully it could not be taken from. It would just keep getting darker, and maybe then we'd finally notice will not miss us. Would it miss me now? What trail did I leave behind? What legacy will I provide? Why do I do what I know isn't right? Why isn't my humanity winning the fight against my selfish nature to take everything in sight? But each morning turns to night. Unchanged I go on. Why do I?
I finally made it. I'm here at the tallest tree in the forest. This is where she said to go in the letter. This is where she said my journey would be complete, and when it would be time to play the song she wrote for me.
Hello there. It's wonderful to have visitors. I live in this tree. It's my home.
Wow, how long have you lived here?
I have lived here forever, and I always will.
A woman named Nora used to come here a lot. Do you remember her?
Yes, this is where she always came to write music. She would sit under the tree, and from above, I would listen and send inspiration. How do you know her?
I'm her granddaughter. She sent me on a mission to come to the spot and play a song that she wrote for me. Do you remember her writing a song called Home?
Yes, that was her masterpiece. She was working on it for years. She trained the trees to dance along and the flowers to add harmony. Do you think you're ready to play it now?
I've only been practicing for a few weeks.
Well, Nora set the forest up to help you. Just listen.
I just love playing that song. It's the closest thing I have to my mother. Now that I'm thinking of her, I think I'm gonna go do some of my course readings, sitting on a bench under the tallest tree in the middle of campus.
Hey, are you Juno? I'm in your Methods of Wisdom lecture. I'm Willow.
Yes, hi Willow. Did you want to sit down?
No, it's all right. I'm always here by this tree. I can't seem to leave. There's just something about it.
Well, I understand it's really the only greenery left. Do you know why they kept it?
Something about distracting people from the fact that nature is being destroyed. Plus, no one would cut down a tree when someone is living in it.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, this forest used to do the impossible all the time. It was quite amazing how everything was perfectly in sync. But despite everything that has happened, I'm still me.
That's amazing. I'm still trying to figure out who I am and who I'm supposed to be. My mother used to love this place, but she hated what it turned into. Could I even be happy here?
Your father and sister faced losing you. Their home was shattered and pieces are now scattered across the floor of your own house. That wasn't enough. For you needed to explore the place your mother loved, though different than ever before. It carried the energy of your family's legacy that no destruction could ever destroy. And you can't avoid the silent noise that they left for you to enjoy. The lessons you discover, whether through a whisper or a yell, especially when you can't even tell, are working wonders. Everything changed around me, but this tree was my anchor. It carried my purpose everywhere. When you finally find your place, you become your own stranger. Unsure how you even got there. It may feel as if the world is turning away from who you used to be, turning in the wrong direction, and you can't outrun it or keep it in place. Meaning you are always a guest, because the only constant is the heart beating in your chest. Take that with you everywhere you go, through every high and every low. And when you are comfortable in your own skin, that is when you feel at home.
I thought all that she was only all that I knew and what I was able to see. All this time her spirit was moving through a forest I knew nothing about, until one day I would figure out that she would move through me in a beautiful way. Knowing how much she meant to me, she knew I would be crushed that she was gone. She created a way to show me that she would always be there. She told me in her letter that even though I couldn't hear her voice anymore, she put her messages in the form of timeless music. It would give me an answer to any problem if I listened closely enough and made my own sense of her wisdom. You see, we revolve around the people we love, the emotions we cherish, and of course, our desire to achieve our dreams. Just because we don't see evidence of those things all the time doesn't mean they don't affect us in a profound way.
As the earth revolves around the sun, we may feel lost without our anchor when the night comes. But on the other side of the world, the sun's energy is changing the patterns of the winds and the waters, communicating to us in different ways. The sun will come up in the morning, but never forget what it is doing before. It is through these unconventional connections that we discover who we are.
There's a voice in my soul, but I can't unfold the pages of crumpled up memories. Looking back at a photograph takes you through the ages, but still a wall lies in between who I was and who I am now. Crossing over I allowed, but who knows how. Hello, stranger. It's been nice getting to know you, redefining who I am and becoming something new, with the power of the past and rediscovering a stranger. All that I had to see was you.
Maybe stars will align, but on this journey I found that the picture is up to me. Now with all of these signs that you left for me to find, there's a wall that lies in between who I was and who I am now. Crossing over I allowed, but who knows how. Hello, stranger. It's been nice getting to know you, redefining who I am and becoming something new, with the power of the past and rediscovering a
Not every story has a happy ending. After Rose's month-long journey in the forest, she returned home and settled in Rhinebeck. A few years later, she married Jacob and had Cleo and Juno. She regularly returned to the forest and brought her husband and young children along with her. She did everything she could, but after her unexpected death when her children were little, the forest was sold to a development firm. It quickly became an up-and-coming urban center for young professionals. So much of our world has been destroyed and can never be repaired. We must fight to protect every priceless inch of earth that remains. Rose's love for adventure was passed on to her daughter Juno, and though it is a transformed place, she too walks the same earth as her mother and great-grandmother. Juno returns home to see her family often during her studies. She continues to make friends and looks for ways the wisdom of the forest is moving through everyone there. Though not the same, she feels a connection to her mother on the land and every aspect of life her mother touched. She started a large petition to protect the areas of the forest that remained, and fought for conservation laws that prevented any further expansion of the city. Her dedication to the cause, as well as the memories of Rose and Nor, allowed her to be successful in all of her efforts. After Juno graduated from McMaster University, she remained in the city and regularly cottages in Rhinebeck. She is currently writing her own music to add to her family's collection of musical love letters.
What is home when you're far away? Where's the sun before the morning? What is my place in this universe when the world keeps on turning? It's where you grew up, where you found love, where you can live your truth. You preserve it because it's worth it. It's not a simple place that tapping those ruby slippers could get you to. What is home when you're far away? Where's the sun before the morning? What is my place in this universe when the world keeps on turning away from who you used to be, turning in the wrong direction, and you can't outrun it or keep it in place, meaning you are always a guest, because the only constant is the heart beating in your chest. There's a voice in my soul, but I can't unfold the pages, wandering the whole wide wondrous unknown. Go and chase your dreams, and wherever